All right. Happy Friday. Hopefully. All right. Good morning, everybody. See if anyone actually joins today. Rough day in the markets yesterday. At least for me, anyway. Got everything ready to go today, though. I like the 8:45 start time. You can see I left off on core weave. That was the last thing I was prepping for this morning. See if anyone hops in here. Hopefully Friday's a good day. I feel like I can hear my TV in the other room. Still haven't figured out the mic sensitivity. Hadn't really looked into it either, but something to do this weekend, I guess. Anyway, get this show on the road. 8:47 on the clock. Looks like we are positive on the Dow, flat on the S&P, and 0.5% down on the NASDAQ. Looks like, you know, even though I forgot who was saying it, but I've even said it myself. I feel like the market's broken at the moment, just because, you know, you can report great earnings as an AI company and still get blown out. So, I mean, you know, Broadcom didn't help save the AI trade, it seems. Although, got some interesting thoughts on that. But I'm going to shut my one door real quick just so I don't hear the background noise. One moment. All right, hopefully that does the trick. Who knows? But anyway, it's just weird to me. You know, Broadcom has really good earnings, says its revenue will double, and that's not good enough for anybody. Stock sells off, but if we go over here and look at the VIX, I don't know why it's taking forever to pop up, but we're sitting here at like below 15, so something's not adding up. And then on some of the stocks that I've been looking at this morning, they're all in like good areas where you would definitely feel like there's a good opportunity for trades. My dog's pushed the door open. I didn't shut it all the way. Let's see. Hold on. I think because I just rebooted this before I hopped on. So just got to do all this so they pop up. There we go. Should be good. And that one probably as well. Yep. Okay. But like, you know, Nvidia's up this morning. Not granted, it's not a lot, but there's Nvidia. Apple not doing really much of anything. Tesla in my no trade zone. Google kind of seeming like, and we'll go over it in a minute, but looks like inverse head and shoulders, maybe kind of. But and then I just got to put, and actually what I was going to do is add some of my other ones in here today. So MU, I just been such a hot stock to trade. I had some success earlier this week, so definitely wanting to relook at that. And CoreWeave is one of them. You can kind of see what's going on. And let's see, I have Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, and then Amazon. I got Amazon and Palantir, which actually yesterday my swing bot had actually fired on Palantir, Google, and Freeport McMoran. So I had taken positions on all of those this yesterday, trying to hope maybe some of those swing trades equal out my horrible day trade, which my bot was right all morning long. And then the one that I take is the one that's not right, and the market reverses. Granted, I could have waited a little bit, and it actually swung back down and did an equal low to where I entered, so maybe I could have got out with a way less of a loss, but got to honor the stop loss, right? Because it could have just kept going, so. Yeah. So anyway, go through some of these companies real quick on the large chart just so you can kind of see. Might as well start off with CoreWeave. So my interest on this is that you can see we look like the start of an inverse head and shoulders. So if it does break and retest the previous day's high, just the way CoreWeave bounces and from the last known like really bad rejection point, potential could be 96, but it might be more along the lines of like 91. I think I saw 91.60. So it'd be right above these wicks here, maybe as another potential test of a higher high. But if you also look out on CoreWeave here, we also have what looks to me is like a double bottom. So obviously this hit here where it used to be resistance now looks to seem to be support. So CoreWeave is of interest for me. On the daily, I do like the rounded base, the handle, so we do have a potential cup and handle break. We have the gap above here, so that there's that in play. So could also just be a potential swing play as opposed to just a day trade. So interested to see, because I do have my one bot that is a swing trade, one that looks for specific patterns that form. So we'll see if it actually recognizes them and fires an alert on either the hourly or the, although this is on a daily, so don't have it necessarily on that. But I do like it for those reasons. So CoreWeave is a definite watch for me today on an individual trade without using a bot. So that's my thought process with that. So there's CoreWeave. Might as well work inverse, right? From what I was actually starting with. Amazon, and look at it, it's already starting to, that's why I'm just, with the VIX being so low, I just don't understand that, even though Broadcom got beat up so far with its earnings report, it just seems like it's wanting to push higher. Obviously, the S&P close to all-time highs. The Russell hit all-time highs. The Dow hit all-time highs. And it's the NASDAQ really just being the laggard at this point. But, it's very interesting. So with Amazon, it's just a break and retest of the previous day's high. So if it does want to break and go, maybe. Didn't really look to see, even right here, you can say shoulder, head, shoulder, potential, let's go back up to here to 236. Just as a day trade, I have it. Obviously, it would be, potential smack into the, and the formation of the full shoulder maybe has to be right to there as well. So break and retest of that. And up to 232.87 is what I have as the key line of what was support, now resistance. So that is Amazon. And on the daily just looks wonky. But we are forming, broke structure, came back, tested, hit that line, support, and now do we push for a higher high, right? So that's the theme of Amazon. MU, Micron. Micron's just been a beast. This just looks like a daily pullback, right? So it's the break, hit the all-time high. Now we're retesting this previous resistance. Is it support? So to me, Micron definite top watch this morning, even on the hour, this is a 4 hour. It looks like it's just bull flagging. So it's really kind of, does it want to break? I don't know if that, maybe something like that. So I'm sure you can hear the dogs this morning. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Young and playful. But yeah, so I like that as well. So previous day low, it's already up above it. So does it just push through and retest the all-time highs? That's kind of my thing. My thought process is if it holds here, push to the previous day's high, so 261.50, and obviously not the high of the high day. I use the hourly to kind of, it's just worked for me charting it out that way. But you know, potential runner at that point to then retest to the all-time high, and you know, so I like it. Micron type top watch for me today. Palantir. Palantir, I mean, I already put a swing position in on this, so not necessarily looking to day trade it. Not loving the lower high from yesterday, but I don't know. When you look at it, it just looks like it's kind of flagging out a little bit. So, and we still have MACD support, still above the moving averages. So to me, I think it pushes through. It's got the gap above here to kind of fill from the earnings report when it started out at all-time highs and then just dumped down. So hold on one moment. All right, I'm back. The wifey's off today, so walking around cleaning. But I don't know, even this morning, I mean, it's with the news of Broadcom, it's like, well, why isn't all the AI stocks tanking? So, or at least down a little bit, more than just 0.5%. As I said, my bot had fired on it yesterday, and so high confidence for me to take the swing trade on that one. But I mean, it doesn't look great. It looks like potential. I mean, I wouldn't even call that a double top. It's not even close yet, but it's a lower high. So do we do a lower low? Potentially, but you know, it's already hit off of, so we gapped up off of the level that looked like it was resistance, came back, retested, went up. So to me, I like the look. Gonna give it a chance. January expiration, so got time for the swing trade to work out, but it's on my list to watch just because I have a position on it. So that is that. Tesla. Who doesn't watch Tesla? Bless you. My dog. You know, it's high and tight right now, so is this just potential consolidation with a flag build out? Looks like it to me. So it is a definite watch. It's above the box now, so it was in my no trade box. It's just basically break and retest of the previous day's high, targeting the day before that's, you know, high. So, and then I do think potentially it could blow through that, just the way sometimes Tesla runs with it, just goes with it. You know, it would basically bust through that double top. Anyone who potentially shorted it based off the double top is going to get burned, have to cover. So 465, 466. And there is kind of just a small, tiny little gap that I charted out. I don't know if everybody has it, but that's what I have charted. So could potentially, so it would be there, maybe leave some runners. So it wouldn't be today's expiration or anything like that. Maybe a week or two out expiration on that. So I like Tesla up in this range to finally break out. And lower rates are supposed to be good, right, for their car sales. So, and everything else Elon's doing with potential SpaceX IPO, you know, just everything. So just want to be in there with Elon, I guess. So I think there's a good trade on that potentially. Google, like I said, I have a position on that, swing trade position. It's already basically, that AI news that came out yesterday from Chat GTP or PT. I don't even know how to pronounce it because I barely use it. I use Grok. I like Grok better. But I don't know what it's doing now. That's kind of interesting. 9:02 on the clock and it's bouncing around. We don't even have any news, so we didn't even really go through the news. But there is nothing. Trump speaks at 1:15. Hopefully my day is done by then. I don't even want to be in the markets at that point. And I'm red on the week, so really for me it's, can I just reduce the red of the week and regroup for next week? I'm not going to try to, if I can, it would be amazing if I could actually, well, not amazing, but it would be awesome to have it happen where I ended up green on the week, even if it was slightly green, but really it's just to reduce the red, refocus, and think about next week. So, but you can see right here, look at how many times it's come down and hit it. And actually on that OpenAI news, it tanked it down. And I'd actually think I'd already bought the position somewhere up in this level is when the bot fired. Is that 1:30? Yeah, it was right around here actually. 1:30 is when my bot fired the signal. So I was in here somewhere and then it went, down, and it already actually had hit the news down, filled some of the gap below, didn't even fill it all. So, and then it came back up and it held it for the whole rest of the day. And you can see already this morning, and even the after hours, it's already been like, nope, we're not. That's why I don't believe necessarily what's going on with Broadcom's earnings and that stock individually tanking. I just think all the AI stocks need to go through their tank, I guess. Report, tank your earnings, then it's a reset. Everybody buys it back up. That's what it seems like to me. So I expect Google to go higher, but not really day trading it, but watching it, right? I already have the swing position on. So double bottom, potential up and away. So even if you went by here, 320 to 312, that's $8. So 328 price target, which my bot, let me get to I can actually pull it up here. Need a name for this one. It's funny to just say my bot, but 328 is the first target, and then 336.60 is the second target. So hoping that works out. That would be a nice trade. Be basically touch the all-time highs. And I actually had mapped out, I believe, a while. Oh no, this is an overnight high, I think. No, usually that's yellow. Oh no, yeah, it is overnight all-time high. So repair that up there, because we can't have an all-time high be an overnight all-time high. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at here. So just let it, and it's in no man's land right now to really take a trade as a day trade to me. So it would really need to be above this and go for a day trade, and hopefully obviously not below that pivot point there. All right, Apple. Gotta always watch all these big tech, because they're the ones that help move the market, right? But Apple basically just back in the chop and slop here. Did bust out nicely, did well. Daily chart. Kind of weird looking, potential ugly inverse head and shoulders. I don't even know if you can call it that. It just doesn't even look close, but still high and tight. So it's, formed a higher low, looking like it's basing. Hit off of the 20 moving average, bounced off that. So looks like it's trying to put in a higher low just from even yesterday. So maybe it tries to push higher, but not really looking to trade that either. Just watch it. NVIDIA. See, now see, like, you would think, but it's already taken its beating, right? So Nvidia not really moving too much on the Broadcom news. And, I mean, it's tried to push up, which is interesting, but has sold every time. So it almost looks like, and that's why the break and retest is not looking like something that is worth doing. I might just really look at utilizing my bot and my day trade bot and just pick my spots. Hopefully better than yesterday. Man, it was so frustrating. I don't know if anyone saw the video. Probably not, because I have no viewers yet. But beautiful off the open, fired beautifully on the SPY. Or no, it was on the Qs. Right off the open was just amazing. And I tried to get in on it, and I couldn't. So I tried limit orders, which I probably shouldn't have with a 0 DTE. And I should have just put in a market order. And I would have caught the wave and been easily done. And then just on my own look, as the bot had basically nailed the bottom, I kept confirming the short on the way down, basically all the way down to the bottom. And on my own, I tried to pull off a long on the reversal. And once again, limit order, but it was so volatile, I should have just market ordered it. And I would have rode it all the way back up to the top. So I'll even just pull it up just to kind of show you what I'm talking about from yesterday. So, whoa, sorry about that. E-Trade is the most wonkiest. But I was looking at it on the 2 minute, so I'll even try to get more granular with it without shaking you guys' brain out. I should have left all the markings. That would have been fun, but so it called the short like up here, and then it kept calling it even down to this point. And from this point, I tried to get in, and then I tried to get in again there, and it actually, I had a line drawn on there. You can go back and look at the video from yesterday. And then this hammer formed, well, doji, I guess you could call it. It's not even a hammer. And then as this one engulfed, I was like, I need to get in. And so I tried to limit order it, and I could have rode it all the way back up. And I probably would have got out here, but that would have been a beautiful gain. But I could have, if I got in, I could have rode it all the way down here, got out, and then rode it all the way back up again. And that would have been a great, great day. Instead, I took a trade. It fired, again, somewhere around here. And so I took it thinking, well, and I should have looked, like we did put in a higher high, so why would we potentially put in, a higher high from this ridge? So why would there be really a short to go from there? So it was somewhere around here. I think it was actually this one. And so then it went down, and then I was holding, thinking, all right, well, let's hold the target. It was saying somewhere, I think it was saying 1840 something. So it would have even been there. So nope, it reversed, but then you can kind of see it did come down and kind of, because I had got in somewhere around here. Could have got out better with probably almost break even or something. But I didn't. So took the L pretty bad. And because I was basically done for the day, once again later on in the day, the bot fired long. It was right. The one I didn't fire, it was wrong. Or the one I did take, it was wrong. But I could have taken this all the way back up. That would have been nice. But today's a new day. The Qs don't look that great. I actually charted that out. But you could say from the overnight, do you count that really? I don't know, double top. Here we are at the neckline. People might be getting ready to short, and if they did, thinking it's going to break down kind of like that did, and it doesn't in reverse, and we go through all these gaps, which now this, I drew that gap out, it's already coming up, so there might not even start with a gap. We'll see. From yesterday's close to where we are currently. Same thing with the SPY. I looked at that as well. There is no gap. Basically starting where we left off, so that's what's so weird. I'm just thinking that, you know, it's not going to be a down day today, but no predicting, can't predict, right? I wonder if I change my title and maybe my thumbnail up a little bit, make it a little bit more. I do have another thumbnail, but wanted to use this one at first. But maybe even my title will be changed. We'll see. Thinking on the fly as we go. So, you know, this is the second day I streamed at 8:45, liking it better because it's already 9:15. I've already ran through a bunch of the stocks I've already done, so. And actually this, I don't think I put an alert on this, so let's put an alert. 690. I think, and oh, that was one thing I saw too. My bot actually on the swing trades did swing long, or fired long on the SPY, saying 700 as a target, so very interesting. I think it had 94% confidence on continuation. So we'll see, I guess, right? Maybe that's the Santa Claus rally coming to be. IWM, I did chart that out as well. Put in the all-time high there. I mean, this thing's been a runaway train. And I've showed it on previous videos, but on TradingView, I had actually taken it somewhere down here as the bot fired, and I rode it up pretty high, I think up to here, sold it, and I wish I could have just held it all the way through because I had a 252 price target, so I would have got out somewhere around here. But, you know, continuation has been good, but can we really expect it to keep going? I mean, it's just ripped. So, but it did break out of, I think if we look at it at the weekly, is that? I forgot how I was looking at it, but it did have like a block of, you know, like for the longest time, it did kind of just choppy in here, looking out further dated. Then, of course, we had the dip, and now it's reversed out of it. So, but yeah, IWM. Who would have thought the small caps would be holding the market up, right? So there it is, sitting at the all-time high. Got to really expect a pullback, I would think. But you never know, right? And then, of course, we talked about it earlier. You know, the VIX is just sitting here in the pre-markets, just, I don't know, really not doing anything. And it's below the moving average. So does it continue to chug down? And if it does, you would think that'd be settling for markets, and we would see some sort of rally today, maybe. Even if we look here, kind of giving it, you know, it was 0.51 when we first started. Now we're looking at 0.41. Still flat. I mean, they're up this morning 0.10%. So, yeah. We'll go through this just to see if there's anything here. House passes Investment Act to ease investment standards and boost capital in markets. So who sees? Maybe that's bullish. NVIDIA considers increasing H200 chip output due to robust China demand, Reuters says. Maybe that's why it's up slightly this morning, but doesn't seem to matter much with NVIDIA these days, whatever positive news comes out. Stocks making the biggest movements: Tilray Brands, Lululemon, Broadcom to the downside, and Citigroup and more. Hundreds of single stock ETFs launched in 2025. What investors need to know about the risks. AI shopping could drive $263 billion in holiday sales. Really? I mean, If you haven't gotten your shopping done yet, I don't know, man. Pushing it. That's interesting. I do believe, the states should be able to regulate themselves, but whatever. There's one thing I was looking at, so I was like, man, so Broadcom didn't really save the AI trade, and as it's down this morning, but we haven't heard anything about the tariffs. And so my thought process with that, I just did a search, and I didn't use Google, but I used DuckDuckGo. But the little search assistant came up and said that today that the Supreme Court is supposed to have their meeting today, I guess. So I would think at some point they would finally judge on the tariffs. And so that could be a big catalyst. That's the major uncertainty right now, right, is what's going to go on with tariffs. So if we do get any news, I don't know if it would come out today that they make their decision and, release it. But I feel like that's the next big catalyst. So does that override all these companies? And so it provides the clarity that the market needs to push higher. And, whatever which way it goes. My personal opinion is I think the tariffs will remain because we've already collected billions of dollars. And if we have to, as a country, pay that back, not good, right? So how do you unwind it if you say, nope, not able to enforce tariffs? And it's kind of, been a way for renegotiating trade deals and all that sort of stuff. So do countries renege on that if, trade deals are not, or the tariffs aren't enforced? And so they're like, no, we're not going to take your trade deal now, right? That could spell very bad for the markets. So I don't think that they'll get revoked. So I think they'll remain in place. Just an opinion, but education and entertainment purposes only, right? Anyway, Lululemon jumps in the pre-market after CEO announces departure. Well, Altman and Musk launched now they're bitter rivals. Yeah, we know that. Altman's a weird dude. I don't know. I've seen that one interview with Tucker Carlson, and that was kind of weird. But anyway, Costco tops Wall Street estimates and revenue expectations. I have that in the long-term account, so that's pretty awesome. Just have to look at that. Yeah, see that. Broadcom beats on earnings and revenue. It says AI chips will double in current quarter. So, not good enough. But like I said, I think they all just had to go through their beating. Let's just see what... This drives me nuts that it does that. Costco. Did it go up? No. It's basically flat. Funny. Walmart is ripping all-time highs and everything, and here's Costco just can't do anything, right? I don't even know what it's done. I haven't really been paying attention to it. Man, I've been on a downward trajectory. Interesting. I don't know. Every time we go to Costco, it's packed. So, 9:21 on the clock. Just real quickly, I do have a Discord. I don't know if anyone's signed up yet, but it's free to sign up. Sabermetric Stock Market Assassin's Den. Come on in here, chat for free. We have different areas of the den. One just for general talk, if you just want to, talk whatever. We have the Stock Market Den, which just talks about, you have trade ideas, theses of the market, all that sort of jazz. Your success area, or even loss if you want. I have some in here showing my successes. I didn't put my loss in there yesterday. I was kind of bummed out, so I tapped out for the day and didn't do anything else. And then I do have this, which is going to be members only, where I'll only add members that sign up to local and support me or want to have access to those trades. Locals is free as well. I'll be posting in here. You can see I've been posting. But free to access. And then in here, you would just, if you wanted to buy into having access to those trades, $60 a month, but the first month would be free. So, you know, you get the first month free. You go through, you take one of the trades that I take, or, you know, even if I post some out there that maybe you would be interested in, right? So be simple as, hey, can you keep an eye on, you know, talking in the Discord or on locals? Keep an eye on this stock or this stock. You know, I'll put it in my watch list, and if I see something fire, put it in there. Say you hit on that trade, you know, that could pay for your whole year worth. So anyway, first code's free. Use the code ASSASSINSDEN, and there you go. 1 month free. You hit on that 1 month, and you want to keep having access to it. There you go, right? So anyway, with 9:23 on the clock, same as I do with every trading session before we get started. I'm going to go take a quick break. Maybe grab my second cup of coffee. I don't know yet. Usually have 2 on the day. But I will be back in just 1 moment. All right, back. Not that anyone's here to be watching me, but I'm back for my own, I guess, my own viewing pleasure. If anybody does see this and likes watching trading happen or whatever it ends up being, just like my commentary, who knows? Just getting some last minute preparations going here. Yeah, see, like, man, I was interested to see what FCX was going to do. So I'm just putting it over here on a screen you can't see, but just to monitor some of the swing positions in live time. Yeah, it totally shook off this morning, and it's already up another 1%. So, and I actually did that as my largest position on the swings. So, pretty happy with that so far. We'll see what happens. My price target is $50, so it's already at 48.58. So we'll see what happens, right? Nice breakout yesterday. I actually didn't even show that. We have a minute. I'll show that real quick. FCX, right? So if you look at it, oh, look at it, it's still going. That might be a good trade. But look at, in a long term on the daily, shoulder, head, shoulder, breakout, and that's got to be continuation, right? And there's 50. I charted it all out. So beautiful. Loving it. Could be a really quick trade. Could be, we'll see, right? See what happens, but I feel like definite continuation. Maybe it's a big day. Who knows? But thank you, bot. So like I said, look at that right there, right? If you would have followed me in on that, or, you know, you get alerted to what I trade and you look at it yourself and make your own conclusion. Like I said, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only, but right there, loving it. So let's go. But we'll go back to this screen here, and we are open for business. The trading day has commenced. I guess I should do this, right? Little late. Tesla, look at that. Yep. That's what I was thinking. Unbelievable on Tesla, right? Bunch of these. Yeah, Tesla. Hitting all these alerts. Kind of interested to see why options on FCX were so low. Anyway, maybe the option activity is not that great on them, but there goes Tesla. Yep. I put break and retest of that. It doesn't even want to do it. I don't even think the calls are so messed up on the FCX. I don't even think it's reporting right. There it goes. Now it's reporting right. I'm up 300 on it early. I'll just swing it on over here so I can show you. Well, it's fluctuating now, but there we go. Beautiful. Needed that. We'll see if it continues. 50 is the target. 50 is the target. Kind of keep my eye out on, I mean, we started with a gap down on looks like both kind of, well, I mean, the SPY, not, or really, or the S&P, and but definitely on the NASDAQ gap down. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on my bot here this morning. See what it ends up saying. So we got some of these other MU going down. Surprising. Palantir down a little. Really, actually, if I even think about it, looking at what's going on with, you know, FCX, like the copper market and stuff, it's, or even just really the trades are not in the AI trades, it seems like. Really have to look outside that. We'll see though. It's nice to see FCX doing its thing. One day in. See CoreWeave kind of just hanging in there. Amazon coming back down to test again. Apple doing well, like Tesla. Tesla's going to be the winner of the day, it looks like. Used to be, that would be one of the trades I would get into. Like I would see Tesla just pop like that and I would immediately hop in. But I don't look to do that much anymore. I just kind of wait to see what plays out. Let's see, long on Meta, long on Apple. That's the two alerts I just got. Let's just take a look at Apple here. Get down to the granular level. Why can't I get down to it? I'm telling you, E-Trade, man, like I'm really thinking that E-Trade might be time to hit the bricks. It's very annoying that, see, 280.58. 280.58 on Apple, huh? Let's just see. That's a January call. Let's not do January. See if I can maybe get in. 278.93 is the entry. I'm going to try it. We're going to try to get in. 280.58. It's up there. At a 9.9. Long Apple. 9.9 out of 10. We'll see, right? Usually don't like to jump in too early, but gonna give it a whirl here. says 7 bars. That should be roughly the hold on Apple. Let's just take a look here. Apple, yep, it's on the 5 minutes, so we're gonna give it time to breathe. You're gonna give it time to breathe. AMD just got one, but that's not as high as a conviction. What's my, even just curious here. Oh, Corey just said long too. But 278.27 is my exit if it doesn't want to end up doing this move. So we're looking at basically down here. If it doesn't want to do the move. See what else is going on here. Wow, Tesla. Wow, nice. Big day on Tesla. Nvidia kind of trying to maybe try to do something. It's just interesting to me that, you know, Broadcom is not affecting anything. Like, Tesla hit the price target I think I had for it. There goes Apple. Let's see you break above, Apple. Maybe, maybe not. It's that previous day's high, so if I just go back out to the hourly real quick. Not even, previous day's high is right there, so it's butting up against that there. So what else we got going on? Yep, long Apple again. It's saying to stay long Apple. Stay long Apple. It's FCX is doing nice so far. I should probably watch this maybe if I watch it on the 5, because that's what it's saying to stay long at, but that's not looking good. Weird how it gapped down like that. So that's the weird thing about E-Trade, is it just doesn't. Oh, that was horrible. Does it hold this? That's the question. If it doesn't, then I gotta get out, which really sucks. It's pretty volatile. That's pretty volatile. $27. I mean, are we going to start seeing some volatility? That's the question, right? It's right at that. I'm just gonna take a quick look over here. Yeah, that it's not really being volatile at all. Just see if that's a fake out. I mean, 9.9 out of 10 on the conviction on that, so I'm just really kind of surprised that it would. It's the market again, just being ridiculous, right? Like, so they basically started out trying to pump. You know, who knows if it's doing like the S&P and the NASDAQ doing a gap fill reversal or whatnot, but I'm going to try to be patient and hold this thing. Really just needs to. You know, and Apple's not like an AI play only. That's what my theme has kind of been. My thesis has been, you know, not AI like driven revenue only. So people might pay more for it. Been burned too, where like on the MU trade where I didn't hold it, and then it ended up going to that target. So it's kind of one of those things where you want to hold it, and that's one reason why I didn't just buy like a, you know, I got next week's expiration on it, but you also don't want to hold a day trade as a swing trade, you know. Just not looking promising the way the market's going. And it says, you know, the hold on Apple would be 6 bars. I think I said 8 bars. It changed it to 6. So, I mean, 1, 2, 3. Who knows? If it's going to go, it's got to go now, right? And that would be on the 5 minute. So if we looked at the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 6 bars. So we got 3 more bars to maybe make it happen. Who knows? Palantir has been selling off. Oh, we're looking, waiting on that. I'm going to put just an alert at, let's put an alert above this. So 279.20. That would be nice to know that that did that. The XLF just fired long, but low confidence. No thank you on the low confidence front. There it goes. Maybe. I just want to see what's going on elsewhere here. That's nice. Maybe a break and retest off of that. Amazon not doing good. MU not doing good. CoreWeave just kind of sitting along doing nothing. I have Palantir over here. Come on, Apple. Be right. Doesn't want to get above that though. That sit here at this 2-minute chart. Guess I would do something like that if it. I don't think it's going to do it if the market's going to fail. I might have to get out. Oh. Over. This red line here is that. I don't think there's a gap. Well, there was a. Just gonna scroll out here real quick. Got a moment. What is that line? It's like a mistake line or something. I have no clue what it is. Jeez. Gonna be over if this doesn't hold. I'm supposed to be getting out. And just gonna give it, because it's 27 was the, just gonna give it a little bit of breathing room. I mean, 9.9 confidence on that is the thing, like. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Or this is a big no. Needs to get up and go now. Still don't know what this line's for. That's so weird. Maybe. Or maybe this is a, if it gapped down like that, it's just a gap fill. I don't know. If I see it tumble down, then you know it's a definite gap fill, right? I feel like if it does it, it has to do it now. Has to happen now. Interesting to see the see if the market wants to push it. The 15-minute, it's got some time obviously to go, but it's hammering right now, so I don't know if you look at it like the wicks, or should we go by this? And that's why it's having such a hard time. Go by the bodies. So it'd be something like that, maybe. Whoa, exploding. Okay. Let's see explode over that. That's what I'd like to see. Position cost. Let's see you go, Apple. Breakthrough. Breakthrough. This is where it's been failing, so I'm not loving it. Need to see the market push. Who wants to buy it, right? Who wants to buy it up here? Come on, who wants to? Let this be my one trade of the day and be done. That's what I'd like to see. There we go, okay. Let's push a little more now. Just doesn't, it's like this market just doesn't like to. Doesn't like to fulfill on that stuff. It's just not a market to buy these things, I guess, on the trying to break through, but maybe this time, maybe. I think I'm going to try to de-risk myself a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit off early. I just don't like what's going on. If I can't even get the chance because it's not. I just have to exit this thing. This thing is just, nothing works in this market, man. Right up and then splat. Like, it's such a joke. Let's see you finally go. Enough dilly-dallying. I really want to take it down at, like, as soon as I can see some green, I want to take some off. And play with less money. See if we can maybe take some off here. Doesn't want to do it. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Does look like it's a double bottom, right? 78. And not a big difference there. Doesn't want to sit above that and maybe push up a little. Maybe finally. Just want to de-risk some. Come on. Dang, man. Market. Just puking back down. Jeez. Come on, man. These dogs. That's all I need is dogs barking in the background. Hold on one moment. While I'm having to deal with that, I'm losing money. Dang, I couldn't even just get out a little. Still on my... Still hasn't hit the stop loss yet. And if it does, I mean, does this look like double top to you? I don't know. But it's going to be another L if it can't hold. We just need to get some momentum in this market. I mean, I shouldn't even have probably played along. Like, they're just... But 9.9 out of 10, you would think that would be a pretty rock solid bet. You can't ask for much more on that. But, you know, is this market just going to be a sideways chop market? And just doesn't know what to do with itself. I mean, these lines mean nothing right now. I would think too, like, you know, says 9.9 conviction on this. And You know, it says 6 bars. No, I'm on the 2 minute. That was on a 5 minute, so that's a lot different. So, you know, who knows? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on the 5th bar, so 6 bars. So, I mean, it could be wrong, and this could be it, though, too, right? So, wonder if you can hear the dogs. Is this gonna be it? You finally gonna bust through? I'm hoping it busts through so I can at least, like, you know, size down a little bit on the. Nope. Jeez. Just hits that and gets smacked up. What's my strike prices at the 280 calls? You know, gotta look at it this way. It's been, well, that was a lower high, but that was a lower low, higher high, higher low. Maybe it's, who knows? Trying to predict stuff is a fool's game, right? And anyone who's out there who's been trading, just, they know, they've seen this. It's just, there's no follow through on anything, it seems like. Even if, you know, I want to take a quick look around and see what's going on with the rest of the market, but I can see Palantir's down. Freeport McMoran is not doing great. Well, this says short the SPY now, so that's not good news at all. That's not good news. What's the conviction on that? 60%. That's a different bot. Well, do you buck the trend, Apple? That's the question, right? Or do I just get out and just take a small loss right here and just say, that's it? Because everything else is going down, and Apple doesn't seem to be. I can't imagine this has the conviction to go higher with the market doing what it's doing. Unless people look at Apple as like the safe haven, right? But this might be it if it doesn't want to try to push through now. Like, does Apple anchor the market? That's the question, right? I'm trying to size out of this thing, so hopefully in a minute here, I'm going to be down half the position just to cover myself. Okay, good. So half of it is out. I don't feel as horrible now, even if it goes. Like, I reduced my risk, especially with the way the market's going. I only have 4 contracts left. Now I'm going to watch this like a hawk because the market's going down and Apple seems to be going up. And I really should probably just exit the whole position. I think I'm going to, actually. I'm not liking the action. I'm out. I'm just going to be done. So I'm out of this. Yep. Count my lucky stars, I think. Count my lucky stars. My whole $14 on Apple. Hey, it's not a L, right? Everything else is going down. My one bot called the short, and it's been going down ever since. So, and it just called the short on the SPY. can't imagine Apple would just continue to go up. So I feel fortunate to get out. Whew. I feel fortunate. Even Freeport McMoran is not holding up in this environment that well. Short the SPY again. 75% confidence on it. And it's already way down. Like, I wouldn't even, there's just no way I would want to do that. Like maybe on the first one, but this is went down bad. I'm not even looking for shorts now, so even if we go, we're out of this, so let's go to the SPY just to see what's going on. Yeah, look at that. And maybe it's to this level and bounce, right? But all my stocks are not doing well. Even my swing trades, but longer dated. Market's getting uglier by the second. It just keeps saying short. It keeps firing. So are we going to get a nasty sell-off today? That's the question, right? And even just looking, let's see, Apple's holding high and tight, but man, oh man, the rest of the market's saying, forget it. Sell, sell. Everything's a sell, man. And really, the market probably just needs to do this. Maybe this is the buy right here. Who knows? Does it find a bottom here? And maybe this is where Apple would start ripping up. Because it stayed high and tight, you know. Straight down move. I mean, it's almost like out of the playbook of yesterday, right? That's what yesterday did. And let's see, what did it call? 685.18. So it's saying, the bot's saying right there. Let's just draw a line just to have some fun with it. Right there. So is that just because it gap down, fill that, then keep pumping lower, and then maybe this is the reversal? These dogs, man, barking. Yeah, look at that. That's probably the entry right there. Question is, does Apple rip on that? Like, so it was sitting high and tight. Is now this where it is like, all right, it's all clear. Yep, look at that. It's all clear. Let's go. We're ready for takeoff. I mean, I could still get in. It's right around the level I actually got in last time. So it's actually in a better spot. So just don't trust any moves to actually break out today. Go back to the SPY real quick. See how the candle always changes with the E-Trade, man? It's like you can't. It's very annoying. Like, is it providing me false signals and stuff? Or just false, like, information? Are we done going down? Who knows? This could just bear flag out to then hit this level. That's where I'll look to get long, maybe. Is when I see it bounce off that and then break back above. So, like, look below and fail, then maybe go. That might be the monster move I couldn't catch last time, right? Let's just get ready for that this time. Just in case. Learn my lesson from yesterday, less size. Less size. Yeah, so see, bear flag, here we come. Yeah, it's still saying short, but now it's saying 85.36. So we're looking right here. So let's see. The confidence on that is 75%. 75% confidence. I'd like to see 90 or something. But not shorting down here. Learned my lesson from last time. I will look, though, to see if this reverses to go long. And this spot isn't built to just spot the, at least not on a whoops, wrong one. Putting lines everywhere. It's not built to catch bottoms that are not more than a 1% downward move. So we're actually, we're not there. So let's see, where would it be? Like right there, maybe. Bear flag out, down, flush to there. Do we then get the reversal? Interesting to see. It's all the tech names getting slammed on, like Google, Palantir. Yep, there it goes. Let's see if the bot's right, and it touches that, and then we reverse finally. Or do we, or does it fire again and say, no, we have lower to go? Never know. Pretty proud of myself, actually. 4 days streaming. I actually had thought after yesterday I might be done after just 3 days. So I was like, man, I got smoked. Was not a good day, and who wants to see not be a good trader, right? And no one's even watching yet, so I had one person hop on. Oh wow, nice. I actually give it a like on the second one. So this is interesting here. This is the interesting watch. Because my bot has not fired. It has not fired to continue short. So this is very, very interesting to see what happens. Can I catch this? This is where they want to, and this might be a sweep too, like they might sweep this candle right here, and now it's time to go back up. We're at a key level. If it holds, I will give it a whirl. And this time I'm using a market order. It's looking promising. This is where they fake everybody out, and this is where they liquidity sweep. If that candle traces up more than half of the other candle, I'm going to give it a shot. This could be it. I'm going to try it. I'm in. I am in. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Much smaller position size. Not loving that so far. But it didn't fire short since. Play the bounce. Maybe even should have waited to see if this was like, you know, form the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and then we're off to the races. But obviously my exit is going to be if it can't hold that low. Not looking promising, that's for sure. Maybe there's more selling to do today. I wonder what the IWM's doing actually. Let me take a quick look over here. I want to keep this up since anything can happen. Yeah, the IWM's pulling back too, so. See if this works or not, right? Maybe not, maybe not. I mean, it was a straight dump down basically, so doesn't mean it can't go further, right? It's definitely not acting like yesterday where it just like pump, 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 right? Knew without a doubt that it was time to go. This one not doing the same. No, is that like a little than mini bear flag? But my bot hasn't said to go short again, so that's what I'm kind of curious about. But it's not looking promising at all. This might be the break. Is this it? Is this me getting out? Or is this the liquidity sweep to go higher? Gotta be quick at the trigger here. Didn't call it like I called it yesterday. Nope. That's it. Ah, son of a gun. Does it reverse and I really screwed that up? I got one more chance to try to go in on that if I want. Probably that was a sweep. Jerks. The jerks. Man. Freeport McMoran has given up all its gains for me. It might just be a sell day. Trying to catch the falling knife is stupid. But it could be lucrative if it works. Just don't see anything getting bought up, you know. Basically everything's selling off. When you look at all the different things going on. The major stocks you watch, just a sea of red. Only a few Tesla, and that are good. So yeah. Doesn't look like that's the opportunity. So probably wise to get out. It's a sell day. I mean, it's interesting because the Qs now are 1.24% down. So once it hits, once it hits 1.5%, I think it's my bot kicks on for the reversal finder. But I mean, is it going to go all the way down back to this? So, like, if we go out to let's just see if we, yeah. So, like, this is where we were all before the FOMC. And then there's that. And then we went back in it. Are we literally going to go right back in this stupid box? That's the question. Well, we'll see. Get rid of this red line now. So far, I'm down on the day. Short the IWM. That just came through. It's not as big of a 40% confidence on that. Not sure I'm doing that. But not even the IWM can save the market today, right? Let's just look at the Qs real quick. So even the Qs just rejected that level. Strength to the downside. But I missed the downside, right? My bot fired earlier and I was like, I don't feel like I could go down any lower. Lo and behold, I was wrong. Honestly, wouldn't even want to trade the Qs. Like, I want the broad market. If people are buying that instead, you'd want to see a trade on that. If anybody's watching, or if they do watch in the future, please, if you would give this thing a like, maybe share. If you like what's going on, maybe you don't. Nothing I can do about it. It's just me trading. Be nice to see if this was like a look below and fail, but that dumped down pretty good, you know. I feel like we have to come back here and test. Maybe they want to see if there's buyers down here. Not even Powell could save the market. Not that he does. Most of the time, every time something comes out of his mouth, he tanks it. Yeah, here we go. I mean, this has basically been straight down. Look at that. At some point, you would think there would be some sort of short covering pullback that you could buy, but maybe the market thought, hey, not enough of not enough of a rate cut to help us out. Let's see what the just look here. My stop losses on my swing trades are getting awfully close. Which sucks. That Google. We'll see, right? It's a bear market, seems like. Or at least it's forming into one. I feel like it's extended. Still saying short IWM. Still short silver. Silver now is a short. Just short the whole everything, right? Gonna be an ugly day. 1.5 down on the NASDAQ. We're 0.8 down on the S&P. We are at like a pivot point that I've drawn out on those two charts. So maybe this is a potential bounce off of this. See, right? It's a pretty good hammer candle right there. But is that just to fake you out? Build out another flag to go lower, right? Certainly not showing signs. I mean, even this, hammer candle, this one's kind of just, do I or don't I, right? Maybe this is it, the little bounce. Can play this as like a little scalp maybe. I'm gonna try it. Probably wrong again. It's just my luck this week is just to be wrong, wrong, wrong. Short covering probably. No one's probably buying calls. They're probably just covering. Doesn't look promising. It's just all pumps are just opportunities to sell. Seems like screwed again. This might be it for me. So ridiculous, man. Just not having any luck in this market at all. Played it in the money this time though, so 84 strike. It's just ugly. It's just not wanting to do anything. You would think it would want to at least come up here and retest the moving average to see if it's still got more downside. It hasn't done it in quite a while. That's kind of my thought process with this trade, but doesn't have to do anything. It's looking ugly on the NASDAQ. That's going to be like a full engulfing candle almost. Yeah. This might be it for me for the day. Might even just, if I get a chance, I can cut the position down. There's just too much. I mean, even on the pump, I'm watching like it's so whipsawy on the actual money that the price of the options are just insanely going up and down. No real good amount. Oh, okay, there we go. I should try to sell some of them. Sell half and get out. Did that. Let's see what happens here. I feel the size is a little bit better for me. Not going to make as much if it actually goes, but at this point I'm not worried about that. Worried about risk. Go up there and touch that, would you? and it's a sell day, so like to take these sort of trades is stupid in my opinion, because it's not a lot of momentum going my way with what's going on with it. So like even this, I just, there's no follow through on these candles. Like this should be pumping and it's not, and I'm just getting out because it's just not worth it. Well, SPY, I'm only down 186 on it now. I was over 290, I think. So you can just tell by the candles, they're just garbage. And it could go up more, who knows, but that was just on my own, just trying to catch the falling knife. Call it good. I think I'm done. It's not the market for me. Although it's funny looking at the S&P. The S&P's actually engulfing. I'll show you real quick just on the SPX. Maybe I should have followed this a little more closely on that trade, but so far in the 15 minutes, got 6 more minutes to go before it closes, but hey, who knows, right? Need some sort of luck, especially on these swing trades, man. Like, I was up almost 300 on FCX, and now it's down 64, but I like the breakout play on that. I feel like just a customary pullback on that. Yeah, see, every pop is sold into. There's no follow through. This is a ugly day. It's been an ugly 2 weeks. And with that said, man, we've been streaming almost 2 hours. Still have no viewers. So I'm talking to myself. But I'm going to keep going. Keep doing it. 8:45 Monday through Friday. This next week will probably be my last week because I'll be out of town for Christmas and some of the New Year, up to the New Year. So I'll probably stream next week, and then I won't be streaming for the next 2 weeks. So but yeah, I'm glad I sold out. Made a little bit back. It's a sell day. Sell day. See what else is going on here. Nvidia. I mean, Apple's. That's funny. Like that gave. We'll start with Tesla real quick. Just gave the whole move back. Like, that's this market. Every pump is made to just sell. So they catch you, they get your liquidity, and they gain liquidity by making you go in and sell out, and they give them the opportunity to sell their stock as you're trying to buy the pump up. Not cool. Man, silver has been staying short for quite some time. The IWM is still saying to stay short on the IWM. Look at Apple, though. Is Apple going to try to, like, save the day or something? It, like, wants to pump up so bad. It's like, no, you're not going to push me down. I'll stay green. I mean, shoulder, head build out. Maybe there's another shoulder, and then it goes in the afternoon. Who knows? I won't be there to see it. To me, the heck with this week, the heck with last week. If the market needs to sell, like, just get it done and over with, man. Us as traders are, well, unless you take the short side, right? But I saw that long this morning. The market seemed to be starting out strong. It really just used it to fill the gap and then continue its trajectory downwards. But that's the thing. It rallied in the afternoon yesterday, so it rallied in the afternoon the day before that. So maybe the afternoon trade's the better trade. I'm not going to stream it, but I'll be watching. But yeah, sell into strength is what is going on. And I'll obviously have to be managing my my swing trades here that I put on yesterday. They more confident in the Freeport McMoran trade than the Palantir and Google at this point, because tech just is, it's despised sector right now. I look over here. Oh, the VIX. Well, I mean, the VIX is still under 15. I mean, it tapped 16 for a minute. Not even. This is a what? Well, this is a 15-minute chart, but still, on the bar close of that, it was at 15.99. It looked above and was like, no, I want to stay below. And so it's just a weird market to see this sort of selling, and we're down 1 point, or I mean, the VIX is below 16. So something's not adding up. And that's why I'm like, Palantir's getting closer to my stop loss, but I got a couple of dollars left on that. And actually Google is below mine, but I'm holding it because I just, something is not right with this. I feel like there's shenanigans going on to have the VIX dumping. And I mean, the market's pumping right now. It's going up, but it was low as 1.5% on the NASDAQ, and the VIX barely touching 16 for a second. So, broken market. Anyway, I'm done. Had no viewers, so, but I will keep doing this. Maybe eventually someone will check in and want to watch me consistently, but I do have a Discord if you want to join it. Links in the description for that. Links in the description for locals. If you want to join that as well, those are free. You can join those for free. You can also, and hopefully I'll be able to start providing some evidence now that I'm streaming. But I have had good swing trades with my bot, and so if you want to see what I'm doing when I take those swing trades and I post when those bots fire those swing trades, you can go right here to locals and get the first month for free. Promo code ASSASSINSDEN. And you can also, if you wanted to, follow me here. I don't think I even have any followers. So click my thing here. Yeah, 0 followers, but Sabermetric 1. I'm not sure if I put that actually in my description, so I'll just highlight that to put it in there. But you can follow me there too, and I'll just provide updates as I go. And you can see it even has the Assassin Den. I think it's ASSASSINSDEN. I'll have to double check that. But it's actually in the description of the video. So which one that is correct. I might just have to update that here. Anyway, I will see y'all Monday. Have a nice weekend. To anybody that watches this, appreciate you. Give it a like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next live stream.